hit like, smash subscribe, and get notified for when our reviews, interviews, and news go live. Hey guys, what's going on? And welcome back to another edition of Flick News, the show here on FlickDirect where I give you guys the latest that happened in entertainment news throughout the week, and then I give you all my personal take on the matter at hand. I'm your host, Austin Putnam. By the way, my apologies if you guys know anything about my voice. That's because I'm a bit congested, and that's because I'm currently recovering from a sinus infection, to which, never fun, especially those first couple of days. My god, it is just brutal. Moving on with this week's show, guys, there is so much to talk about this week. Some good stuff, some bad stuff, but primarily good stuff. Let's start off with this week's show. This is kind of a half and half thing with me. I'm a bit bummed about one thing, and about the other things. If you guys remember correctly, the DCEU a while back had mentioned that they were developing two films, one called The New Gods and one film called The Trench. The Trench was a spin-off film based on those creatures from Aquaman, that one sequence to which was really cool, but didn't know if that film was being made in the first place. But the New Gods film I was actually looking forward to. Well guys, it turns out that both films are canceled. They are donezo. They are no more. I was looking forward to New Gods primarily because it was being written, well, co-written and directed by Ava DuVernay, the one behind Selma, A Wrinkle in Time, and also 13. The Trench, I'm like on, because let's be real, Aquaman, even though I really enjoyed that film a lot, making a spin-off film, a horror spin-off, should I say, based on the creatures in that one sequence, I'm just like, I didn't see the point of that, so I can see them canceling that film. New Gods was something completely new and something that we had not seen before, at least that I'm aware of, unless if you see them in animation films. However, there is one silver lining about all of this. Now, I believe that WB came out with a quote and they essentially said this, and I'm paraphrasing, but they said that they loved working with Ava DuVernay and James Wan on these projects. Even though they are canceled, they are still keeping them in mind for future DC films, which makes me breathe a huge sigh of relief, because knowing that they canceled New Gods as Ava DuVernay was writing this thing, I was looking forward to seeing what they were doing with it. However, knowing that they are still keeping those two filmmakers in mind for future movies gives me hope, because I was looking forward to seeing what Ava DuVernay was doing. I mean, The Trench was a movie that I just thought, meh. I mean, that could be good, could be bad. The most least exciting film, but knowing that they're keeping James Wan in mind, I mean, I'm pretty sure he is making Aquaman 2. Pretty sure he is. I am a bit bummed that The New Gods got canceled. However, knowing that they're keeping Ava DuVernay in their sights for a future film, can't wait to see what she's going to do with this thing. Cannot wait. Coming up on to our next story of this week, this makes me very happy, but it also makes me very excited about the future of movies, but also the movie theater industry. So, if you guys remember last week, we mentioned that Godzilla vs. Kong did absolutely incredible overseas, to the point where it was making over 120 million overseas, which is absolutely insane knowing that we're in the middle of a pandemic. Well, remember how I mentioned that it looks like that might be doing the same here in the States? Looked like I was right. Godzilla vs. Kong came out on Wednesday, and if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. It's so much fun. I saw it at home. I've been wanting to see it in IMAX. I'm at the time, and I'm going to make the time when I absolutely can. But anyways, getting back to the point. Godzilla vs. Kong is making so much money this weekend. So guys, get this. On the opening night, Wednesday night, it made over 9 million. 9 million, but that isn't compared to what it made this weekend. So for the first 3 days of opening, it made, if I remember correctly, 27 million. But then hold on, in 5 days, it looks like Godzilla vs. Kong is going to be making over 42 million in 5 days. In its first 5 days. Do you know how incredible that is, considering that, once again, we're in a pandemic? It looks like that Godzilla vs. Kong is showing people that, hey, people are a bit more comfortable in coming back to the movies, and I am so glad, because let's be real here. This darn virus has been wreaking havoc for over a year, and it looks like that due to the vaccine, that people are gonna like, you know what? This is starting to become okay. Let's go back to the movies. Congratulations, Godzilla vs. Kong. You have given me so much hope for the movie theater industry. Seriously, I cannot wait to see this movie again, especially on an IMAX screen. And just when I was getting really excited about movies and movie theaters coming back, this happens and I just think, why do I even talk? It looks like that 2 movies are being delayed, not for very long, they're still coming out this year, but we're going into the realm of video game movies, one of them being Mortal Kombat and the other being the Resident Evil film. I am very hyped about the Mortal Kombat movie. Not so much about the Resident Evil film, although I have heard some things that made me go like, you know what, okay, maybe there's some optimism for this. Mortal Kombat was supposed to originally come out, I believe, first weekend of April, the second weekend of April, either one of those two. But it looks like that Mortal Kombat has been delayed, not long, only for a week, which isn't bad. If I had to wait a week for Mortal Kombat to see fatalities on the big screen, I'm fine with that. However, Resident Evil, that was supposed to come out in September, I believe, early September. It has now been pushed to November, to which I'm just thinking, why November? Why not October? Maybe it's they can finish editing and post-production, who knows? I mean, November is Oscar season, but come on, let's look at this. A movie like this is gonna be an Oscar contender. Knowing that they're moving it from September to November, that just tells me one of two things. Either one, they actually have a lot of confidence in this, or two, they still need to work on editing, post-production, you know, sound effects, music, visual effects, and all that stuff. November is a bit more of a hopeful release date, so we'll see what happens. Otherwise, two films being delayed, not by too much, but still, Mortal Kombat, bring it on, Resident Evil, need to see a trailer. This is another headline that when I saw it, I just thought, oh, come on. Now, to be fair, the percentage number is pretty low, but still I just thought, come on, guys. I don't know if you guys have seen Zack Snyder's Justice League yet. If you haven't seen it, I know it's over 4-hour movie, but trust me, guys, it's worth the time because the movie is absolutely incredible. It's a huge movie, but if you can stick with it, trust me, it is worth the time because it is an absolutely incredible movie. But guys, get this. So there have been some people that have watched Zack Snyder's Justice League and they haven't finished it yet. Now trust me, I'm on my second watch. I haven't finished it because there's just a lot of stuff I have to do going on right now. 36% of people who have started watching this film haven't even finished it yet. Come on! I'm going to repeat myself here once again. I understand. 4 hours is a lot of movie. It really is. I mean, I just finished rewatching Ben-Hur, which the 1959 version, which is about 3 hours and 45 minutes, which includes an overture and an intermission, but still, it's one of the greatest movies I've ever seen. I have talked to many people that have seen this film. They have either really liked it or they have absolutely loved it. My boss from Flick couldn't stop praising it, myself included. Still though, knowing that there are 36% of people who have started watching this movie and they haven't finished it, come on guys. Again, I know it's 4 hours, but trust me, continue it. It only gets better. It really does, and it builds to an amazing ending. Coming up onto our final news story of this week, we have some huge news from Netflix, specifically for Rian Johnson's Knives Out. I don't know if you have seen Knives Out, guys. If you haven't, I highly recommend it. It's a really fun twist on the whodunit murder mystery genre. Trust me, the movie is so darn good. I mean, I knew one of the twists, but trust me, the whole movie is so entertaining with an amazing cast and brilliant writing and directing from Rian Johnson, to which that's what I'm going to get to momentarily. So, if you guys remember a while back, I don't remember how while back this was, but I had mentioned that Rian Johnson was working on the Knives Out sequel, to which had been greenlit. Well, apparently, guys, get this. Not only has Knives Out 2 been greenlit, but the third might be as well, and get this as well. Netflix has bought the rights to Knives Out 2 and 3, get this guys, this blew my mind, for $450 million. Oh my god! I cannot remember the last time that a media corporation like Netflix spent this much on a franchise. Do we know if Knives Out's gonna become a franchise? I mean, if so, I'm looking forward to seeing what they're doing, but still, oh my god! Good on you guys, because you obviously saw the money that this movie has for you. I mean, Rian Johnson's Knives Out did so well at the box office when it came out. I think it made well over 150 million, somewhere around there. I know it made a whole lot. Congrats to Netflix, congrats to Rian Johnson. What a good week for Netflix, seriously. Alrighty guys, and that's gonna wrap it up for this week's Stacked Show. Please comment down below, let us know, how do you guys feel about the cancellation of the new Gods and the Trench movies? Also, how do you guys feel about Godzilla vs. Kong's box office performance? Also, how do you guys feel about Resident Evil and Mortal Kombat being delayed? When it comes to that 36% of Justice League viewers who haven't finished it, seriously, if you're one of those who haven't finished it, finish it, seriously. Finally, how do you guys feel about Netflix buying the rights of Knives Out 2 and 3 for $450 million? I am still mind blown about that, but let us know below. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's show. If so, please hit that like button, also share, and don't forget the subscribe button and the notification bell for whenever the latest show from us goes live. If you guys want to see any of our previous 2 shows, please click on the right there. or there. And of course, until next week's show, we will see you all next week. Have a great week, guys. Hit like, smash subscribe, and get notified for when our reviews, interviews, and news go live.